What's one thing your pet does that never fails to brighten your day, no matter what? Story 1. My alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. every day. As soon as it does, I hear the thump, thump, thump of my dog's tail on the bed. As soon as I open my eyes, he's licking my face and excited to be awake. Every day is Christmas morning for this dog. I let him out, as I also go to the bathroom. He brings his food bowl to me, then we have breakfast together and watch TV for a little while before I go to work. He watches me leave, then hops back into bed with my partner for a well-deserved nap before normal people wake up for the day. He's so excited to wake up every day that it can't help but make me happy to be there with him. Story 2. When my dog stretches his front paws, he really likes it when I rub under his arms and on his belly, so he'll walk up and then stretch his paws between my legs so that I bend over and give him rubs. Then he'll try to lick my face. If I'm kneeling on the ground or sitting on my legs, he'll do the same thing. He'll try to scooch his whole head under me and get rubs. Story 3. When we adopted one of our cats, I took my kids to a shelter. They really wanted a kitten, but I told them kittens get adopted quickly, so we wanted to look for one that might have more difficulty because they needed a good home too. They showed up this medium-haired calico that developed a nervous habit of licking patches of her fur down to the skin. We went out into the hallway with her where she would gallop to the other end and flop onto her back. My kids squealed, ran down and would pet her as she rolled around. She would then get up, run to the other end of the hallway and flop again. After a few times, my kids were sold. 8 or so years later, she still loves rolling around for attention. Story 4. So many things. How excited they both are when I come home from a trip I couldn't take them on. How both of them multiple times a day while I'm working just looking for a pet. But I think the best is they get in bed with me at night and, typically, one winds up on my left side and the other on my right side and just snuggle me all night. Story 5. My dog is about 17 now and I've had him since he was a couple years old. He's a Chihuahua, very clingy and hyper. He gets very excited to see me, every morning or even coming home from work. Now that he's old, he's still just as excited. He's going deaf and blind, so once he realizes it's me, he does this little waddle and tail wags. Waddles right up to me so I can pick him up and pet on him. I get old man kisses in return. He's still just as clingy as he was when he was a puppy. I won't ever get tired of it. Story 6. When my parents' dog of cat does the hard lean. When they get close to you and turn, look away, and lean until they literally fall into you. About the cutest thing ever. I was close with my parents' cat. She didn't like being picked up but tolerated me because I'd pick her up for 2 to 3 seconds at a time and gently put her down. Plus, cats having the tail free to swing when picked up helps them feel comfortable. Story 7. My dog gets goop in the corner of her eyes when she sleeps for a long time, so every morning after we wake up she stands up and goes face first into my comforter, rubbing and twisting her face against the fabric until she has cleaned her eyes. It's so freaking cute and the perfect way to start the day with a smile. The other thing is, when she wants to go to bed, she will grab a specific stuffed animal that she has slept with since she was a baby. She goes and gets her monkey, then drops it on my lap to say, "Get off the computer / whatever and let's get in bed, it's late." Story 8. My spouse and I taught our cat to give us a nose bop / kiss before she gets fed or gets a treat. She was always head-butting us, so we realized we could turn it into a trick. She also will cuddle with us on the couch / bed, and she loves when we hold her back legs for her. She wiggles into position and expectantly waits for our hand. Story 9. Every day I come home from work, my cats are waiting for me at the door. I usually change into pajamas or comfy cloths once I'm home, and my one cat runs into my bedroom, jumps on my bed, digs into the bed and flops over for belly rubs and purrs so loud you could hear him in the next room. Even if I've had a rough day and just crawl into bed, as soon as I get home they all get into bed with me and cuddle with me. They always seem to know if I've had a rough day because they're all extra snuggly. I love them so much. Story 10. My cat waits for me to stir and start to wake up in the morning, and then he comes from my feet, where he sleeps, up to my head and starts cuddling me and purring. He almost never forgets and he never wakes me up. Sometimes he nearly suffocates me with his rather long fur in the process though, laughing face. Perfect start to the day. Story 11. My cat comes to see me through the kitchen window when I arrive on my bike. My dog goes crazy as soon as I open the door, and, if I take too long opening, she starts making noises for me to hurry up. You can have a crappy day at work and get home and, even if it's just for a few minutes, it all goes away. Story 12. My Seal Point Ragdoll cat consistently does a beyond belief barrel roll when playfighting his Blue Point brother. I have it on video multiple times and just need to figure out where to post it. Not sure why I'd give them up for free, as they will certainly drive traffic and demands for more vids, and I have plenty. Any advice from someone savvy? World needs to see these two brothers. Story 13. I have a 110-pound St. Bernard Pitbull mix. We live near a college campus, so I walk him there every day. The students love him and he has a growing Instagram following. Whenever he really wants to make friends with someone, he flips onto his back and flails his legs in the air. He's learned that it never fails to make people laugh and want to pet him, and he is all about making friends everywhere he goes. Story 14. I adopted my girl 2 years ago. You can hardly tell she is a former feral cat besides the fact she will not let you hold her, pick her up, or lay on your lap. But the last couple months or so she started putting her front two paws on my knee when I'm sitting on the couch, and head-butts me in the face. All while purring at top volume. And I melt every time. Yesterday she did that and then proceeded to lay down so that her front paws were still resting on my knee. I was so honored. She's come such a long way. Story 15. One of my cats brings us presents and will pretty often wake up to something interesting either outside the bedroom door or next to our bed. She's an indoor cat, so the presents are usually just whatever interesting trash or trinket she can find. We've gotten old pieces of mail/cards, a stack of paint color strips, her favorite toys, a divider from my husband's camera bag, etc. Some stuff she brings us come all the way to the top floor from the basement, so she puts effort into what she brings. I love waking up to new Nixie presents, it totally makes my day. Story 16. My border terrier has an unnatural obsession with a stainless steel gazing globe, the type used in garden decoration. She only gets to play with it at Grandpa's house. Don't worry, he lives a 60-second walk away from us. Every day I bring her to play with her ball, and the absolute delight she gets from hurting this marinated piece of steel throughout the yard never gets old for her, and for that, it never gets old for me. Also, my one cat sounds like Chewbacca and it's amazing. Story 17. My bedroom door doesn't latch and he likes to check in on me throughout the day. If I have it closed he'll headbutt it open and poke his head in to make sure I'm okay before laying down on the floor outside my room. He also does it when he wants to go outside, but that's usually followed up by a few barks until I get up and grab his leash. Story 18. My female cat wakes me every morning by tapping my nose and rubbing her face against mine. I give her some pets and she lets me sleep for another half hour or so. Then her taps become more insistent and it's time to get up, feed her, and hang out together while I enjoy my coffee. I'm not a morning person, but it's a loving, gentle way to start my day. Story 19. I work from home, and when I have a really tough day or if I'm just tired and need a break, I'll lay down in my bed for 10 minutes to have some time to myself to scroll on my phone or check messages. Without fail, wherever they are in the house, my dogs come upstairs with tails wagging and usually carrying a toy to jump up on the bed to join me. They'll just lay there, pressed next to me, until I have to get up to get back to work. It's such a good boost and one of the many ways they show their love. Good dogs. Story 20. Every day when I get home from work, my dog, a boxer, will roll around on the ground and maneuver himself until he is upside down with all four paws in the air and just freezes that pose. He does this, I think, because it makes me laugh hysterically. He will hold that pose for several minutes, and then he gets treats. Story 21. Usually, after he eats he'll run upstairs, jump on our bed, roll around, and then bark for me to come up to see him. Sometimes he's on his back, sometimes he's on the pillows kicking them with his back feet. It's been going on for years on the daily. My kids now play it with him. We usually say, "Oh, it's a silly puppy," and when we go up we'll pet him and then blow a raspberry and then he'll run downstairs to find a toy. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe.